Okay, it looks like we are live. Sorry about the delay there if you were waiting for me. So, this is my second live on this channel, but really my first live. The first one was kind of a test live. So, welcome to Unfiltered Makeup. I'm Anne Marie, if we have not met before. Thank you for joining me. I was not able to record my video for my update for my first painting project, which was due on the 20th of this month, and it is now the 24th of May in 2024. And so I am going to do my update a few days late, and I thought since I was late getting it up, I would go ahead and just do it live instead of taking more time to edit it and everything. So I'm very excited to do my first live, and I hope that we get some people joining and we can chat while I am live, but otherwise I'll just do the update as usual. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into it. Again, this is the Out the Door in 2024 Project Panning, and it was created by Deb B, who I've linked in the description. So do go check out Deb B's channel, and it is also part of the Fantastic Ladies Collab Facebook group. So I will link that in the description as well, so that oh, my stream is giving me a warning. I will link that so that you will be able to okay, I don't know what it's saying. We're not going to worry about it. So do go check out the Fantastic Ladies Club Facebook group as well for this project if you're interested, but also many more panning projects. And if you don't know what a panning project is, it is a goal to pan your makeup that you have, and that is by using it up so that you actually can see the metal pan in the bottom where you hit pan. And this update is actually a little different. This challenge is a little bit different because the goal of this is actually a whole year long panning project, and your goal is to either finish the product completely or you have to declutter it by the end of the year. So there are 24 products in this project, and you are also to declutter 24 items from your house that are not beauty related. So I have done that off camera, and it was mostly clothes again this time around. A couple books as well, but it's mostly been clothes and pantry stuff and books. Nothing very exciting, nothing really noteworthy. I would love to know if you are doing any panning projects for this year. Let me know in the comments below, or if you are here live, let me know in the chat. So let's go ahead and just jump into it. I do have my little handy dandy spreadsheet that I have created to help keep track of everything because I am tracking everywhere. A lot of my products are, it's hard to see the usage that I have in them, so I'm making sure to keep track of the number of times that I've used them, and that will help you to know how much I use them. As I kind of say at the beginning of each of these, the updates are the 20th of each month. Generally, this one's a couple days late due to me being sick, but the 20th of each month, I'll let you know how I do, and there will be another update June 20th. So come back and join me then if you want to see how I've been doing. But let's go ahead and talk about the products for Out the Door in 2024. So in my past videos, I have decluttered one item, and that was my Clove by Clove and Hallow. Clover by Clove and Hallow, which I did a whole wear test on that brand, and I wasn't really happy with any of the products, but I thought that the eyeliner was okay. It was a brown pot eyeliner, and when I went to go use it for this project, I only went to use it one time and it had completely dried up, so I have since decluttered that. It's a cream product, so that's a good reminder to make sure to use your cream products because they do have a lifespan. So this month I was able to actually finish up three products. So let me go ahead and start by sharing those three products that I was able to finish up this month so I don't have to declutter them. The first one is the Dermalogica Dynamic Skin Recovery SPF 50. This was, of course, like a deluxe sample. And this is a, don't know, I've got a bad light glare on there. But anyway, it's just a deluxe sample size. And I used this on my face and neck 5 times during this recent update for a total of 8 for the entire project. So I was actually able to get 8 uses out of this little thing, and I did not skimp. So there's quite a bit in here. I kept thinking I was almost done, and then there'd be a little bit more. So I used this on both the face and neck when I used it, and I really like how this applies. It looks great by itself. It didn't on me. It didn't leave a white cast, and it also worked really well under makeup. And I have very dry skin, and it was nice and moisturizing. So the question is always, would I repurchase this? Obviously, this was a sample, so I didn't purchase this. And I went to go purchase it, and like 1.7 ounces was $80. And that's a lot. That's a lot for me. So I didn't immediately buy it. However, it's still on my radar, and I'm really enjoying it. So I would consider buying it, but wait until there's like a sale or a coupon that I could use. So that is the first thing I used up. The second thing I used up was the Ua Body Lilikoi and Coconut Hydrating Body Lotion, and I used this 3 additional times, which was a total of 11 uses for the entire project. And I was not able to get it out of the pump towards the end, but I used a spatula to get the rest out. And this is a very nice, hydrating, but thin body lotion, and it smells amazing. I bought this when I was in Hawaii. Absolutely love this. I also love that you can purchase a refill, so you don't have to purchase the glass bottle. Again, you just have to purchase a bag that's like a squeezy bag, and it has a couple bottles worth of product in there. So keeping, a little bit more sustainable. Not only is it a glass bottle, but it's also able to be refilled. So I absolutely will go ahead and be repurchasing this. This scent is absolutely amazing, and I love it so much. And the third and final product that I used up was kind of another deluxe sample, and that is the Beauty Bakery Flour Powder. This is the translucent powder. It says bitter, not better. I used this a total of 3 more times. It was a total of 10 uses, and now this is completely empty. So I said I was going to keep this and repurpose it so I can use it to travel with some of my other powder as well. So I will be using this and using this case. Will I be repurchasing this? I will not. And it is not because I don't like the powder. I probably, had it still been available, I probably would not have also repurchased this powder. It was okay. It wasn't the best, but it was a fine translucent powder. But the company actually, just as of the last couple of months, has closed down. So I will not be able to repurchase this anyway. And I did drop my product over here. This is the Hourglass Elephant palette. If you've seen any of my videos, you know this is a favorite, and I do use this one a lot. And we've got bronzer, blush, 2 blushes, a highlighter, and a highlighter over here, and then a couple finishing powders. And I love this. This I bought holiday 2 years ago. It was one of their holiday palettes. And I used this one for a total of, let's see, how many times? I used this for a total, I used it 6 times in this update, which made it a total of 16 uses overall. And this is just a great palette that works great. It's kind of, the Hourglass powders are so beautiful, but it's kind of a more sheer powder, so they're not highly pigmented, and that you can just really build them and work with any kind of look that you're going for. So that was another good one. I also used the KVD Good Apple Foundation Balm in the shade Light 15. I used this for 2 times, which was made that only a total of 3. I haven't used it that many times. And you might find me not wearing this one as much as we're heading into these warmer months here. It is a little bit of a thicker foundation. And then also, unfortunately, this shade is just a little bit light for me as I do tan. I have olive skin and I do tan pretty easily. So now that I have just a little bit of sun, it's already starting to get a little light. So I might be able to use it a couple more times as long as I apply it with the sponge and not a brush. It's not a jarring difference, and I can use the bronzer in the Hourglass palette to kind of warm it up a little bit. But this one is definitely more of like a winter shade for me. I also have the Tati Beauty palette, and I used that 2 times this update for a total of 8 for the whole project. And you can see I really haven't made much progress. It's looking about the same. I used matte shades, and then I used some of the metallic shades. I don't really like the sequins shades. And I have the problem that every single time I use this, even when I'm using mattes, the glitter has just gotten everywhere. I do have the protector on it. Ooh, that was a bad angle. I do have the protector on it, but it just still gets glitter everywhere. So every time I wear it, I kind of have been ending up with glitter everywhere. Or like the last time I did it, I ended up with just extra glitter on one side of my face that I was having trouble getting off. So while I do think the mattes are incredible, it's just it kind of makes a mess every time. So, oh, my camera. You know, this is why I can't do a live here. I'm just making a mess out of everything. My camera always gets makeup all over it too every time I do videos because I'm always touching the buttons with my dirty hands, dirty fingers. So, anyway, I like that palette a lot, but if I don't wear glitter, I still unintentionally get glitter all over myself. So let's talk about the next thing is the e.l.f. Woe Glow Sun Touchable 30 SPF 30. This is in the shade Sunbeam, and it is a it is a wonderful hydrating primer for dry skin. Absolutely love it. My only complaint, as I said many times, I've featured this a ton on my channel, is that by itself is just a little bit too glowy. But for someone with dry skin, it does work great underneath foundation to give you kind of that luminosity. Plus, you're getting that SPF 30. So I do absolutely love and use this one. I used it 5 times, which is a total of 5 times for the whole project because I had been testing the Dermalogica SPF, but this is my typical go-to SPF, and as you can see, we've got a little more than half left, so this will probably last me for quite a while still. The next is Vacation Sunscreen Mist. This is the Super Spritz SPF 50, which I used 3 times for a total of 6 times, and this is definitely going to be getting a lot more use in the coming days soon. I'm just noticing I have glitter on my finger from the palette. Just touching it gets glitter, just gets glitter everywhere. It's very pretty, but oh man, you touch it and there's glitter on everyone and everything you touch for days. But this Super Spritz spray is excellent for putting over the top of your foundation to keep your makeup in place. You just spray it on, and I will be using that a ton this summer. And starting probably in the next few days, I've already used it a few times. It makes your makeup stay great. Also, not related to this video, I just picked up a Vacation SPF 30 lip oil, and I tried it today, and so far I'm really enjoying it. So you probably will see that coming soon in the future. Oh man, the Maracuja Juicy Lip from Tarte. So this is also like a deluxe sample. The actual one that you can buy is like a click up, but this one is a roll up. I used this 0 times, and I've used it a total of 3 times for the entire project. I just did a video trying out the plumping version of this. I think it was my last video, so go check that out. It was at the end, and oh boy, that was like a huge hot mess. Uh, I just I didn't like that one at all. This one I keep trying to get myself to use, but I just hate the taste of it, like the flavor of it. So I don't like that one, but I'm trying to get myself to use it up. It is very hydrating, and that is why I held on to it. But again, I haven't used it at all in this month. And the next thing I have is the LA Girl Matte Foundation in the shade GLM 673 or beige. And this is one of my top 3 favorite foundations. Maybe 4 now, because I just recently did a video on a new favorite foundation that I found. And this one is, you can see some windowing in the package here. I used this actually 0 times in this last month, and because I've been testing out a lot of new foundations, so I've only used this a total of 6 times, but it wasn't brand new when I started the project, so we are getting down. It is starting to get a little older and a little thicker, but this is absolutely still a great affordable foundation at the drugstore. The Olaplex number 8 mask is a deluxe sample that I have, the moisture mask, and I still haven't used it. I've used it 0 times. I'm going to put this in with my travel stuff to try it while I'm traveling. Although that sounds kind of like a crazy idea, doesn't it? Well, we'll see. I'm sure there's a lot more uses in here than you think. These things always just like keep going and going. Next, I tried the Peach and Lily Glass Skin Deluxe sample that I had. I've tried this just 1 time, and I have very sensitive skin, and I started to get a little itchy after that 1 time, so I'm a little nervous to try this again. I might try a small patch test to see how it is. It's not going to be very glass skin refining if my skin's having an allergic reaction, though, so we'll see what I do with that one. The Keys Soul Care Let Me Glow Illuminating Serum. Again, I have the whole year to use these products up, and this is a deluxe sample. So this is 0 because I only wanted to test 1 new product at a time. So I've been trying to methodically make my way through them so I know exactly which product, especially for someone like me who gets a lot of reactions to products, is the thing that's kind of the culprit for that, or if it's the reason that it works. So that one will be coming up eventually, but I haven't tried it yet. I did use the Persona Bronze Multi-Stick in the shade Dune quite a bit. I used it 5 times for a total of 14 times overall. And that's all I have left, which is really not that much, but it's very pigmented, so it does last a long time. I still think I will be able to use this up by the end of the year because this is kind of a daily use product, and especially going into the summer months, a cream bronzer is amazing. So I do highly recommend that one, and I think I'll make it through. The Pacifica Lash Serum and Primer, I really should commit to using this one. And I used it only 1 time. I want to see if I use it consistently, if it actually makes a difference, but it's very wet and liquidy. It's like a white primer, and it's so liquidy that I feel like it kind of transfers my other mascara when I put it over the top. So I only used that 1 time for a total of 5 for the entire project, and I want to use it more, but I feel like it does a disservice to my mascara. So that's something I don't think I would purchase in the future. My BK Beauty lipstick in the shade Acceptance, I used only 1 time for a total of 12 overall. This one I don't want to roll up because it's already getting kind of askew in the packaging. So I have used this one a lot for the lipsticks. If you have seen my other updates, you know I don't like to wear it without a lip liner because it is a bit too light, so I do have to wear a bit of a darker lip liner, which is why it's in this project, because I need to remind myself to pair it with a lip liner and actually wear it. So that one will be back. It's a great formulation though. The Polite Society Greatest Lashes of All Time mascara. I only used this once this month. I did a Merit haul and I tested Merit I the Merit tubing mascara for the first time, and I actually, though it's not my absolute favorite, I have been reaching for that one more than this Polite Society one. So I used this once, did I say, for a total of 10 times completely. So this is a fine mascara for every day. It's not super lengthening. It's a little more thickening than lengthening, but it doesn't do a lot for length, and it only does a little bit for thickness. So um, when I first got it, I actually liked it more than I do now. The more I use it, the less I actually like it. It really takes like 3 coats to build it up to be something that I like. And I forgot to take it out of my purse, but I have a Glamlight by Michaela lip gloss, and that one I used 3 times for a total of 13. It's just like a pink plain lip gloss. It doesn't look great by itself, I have found, so I probably should take it out of my purse because I keep reaching for it in my purse and realizing, hey, you know what, I don't think it looks that great alone. It looks great over the BK Beauty lipstick. It looks great over a little bit darker lipsticks, and it helps lighten them up. But by itself, it is not the best shade for me. There were other ones in that collection that were more like a more translucent one, so I think that those might be better. But yeah, that one doesn't look great alone. The Crunchy Blush, I have had this forever, so this is getting old, which is one of the reasons it's in here. I used this one time for a complete total of 2. And the first time I used it, I felt like it just really wasn't doing anything anymore because it is kind of old. And I felt like it was hard pan, so I actually used the trick of using tape and putting tape over to peel it up and try to fix the hard pan. And I will say that I did have success with that, and it looked a lot better the second time I tried it. It was a lot more vibrant. So I do like it, but I just think that it's actually probably really old, and I don't know about keeping things once they hard pan, even if you can fix them with tape. But so I'm using it. Hopefully we'll make it through the end of the year. The Tarte Shape Tape Creamy Concealer I used 5 times, which was a total of 11 times. And this is the shade 22N Light Neutral. I love this. A little bit goes a long way. I've tried a lot of other concealers this year, and this one's still my favorite. I keep coming back to that one. So that's a great concealer, and I'm happy that this project reminds me to keep using it. The BH Cosmetics Summer in Saint Tropez eyeshadow palette. I have depotted it so that this is it right here. You can see it. You can't tell. And I rearranged it because I felt like the color story was kind of hard to work with. So I did the mattes on one side and the shimmers on the other. The shimmer formula for me is a lot better than the mattes. The mattes are really dry and chalky. When I first bought this palette, I really didn't have any other matte shades like in these colors because I am more of a neutral eyeshadow wearer. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to start with color. It's a pretty affordable brand. And since then, I have found some other affordable, cruelty-free, and vegan brands, and I have picked up the eyeshadows and really started enjoying them. So this one is like high on my chopping block that every time I wear it, I'm not really happy with the performance. It's old. When I depotted them, some of them kind of broke. You can kind of see here. So they broke and cracked, and they're just really chalky, not that pigmented. So I am... Oh, that being said, I didn't reach for it at all, and I have used other eyeshadows since then that I love a lot more. So this one, I'm not sure if it's going to make it. I say that every time, that I should just go ahead and declutter it, but I didn't want to throw it away without giving it another fair shot. The blue here has pretty much transferred all over all of the other eyeshadows too, because it cracked and shattered, and it's kind of now since contaminated everything. So let me know what you think. Should I just go ahead and bite the bullet and declutter those? I hate to waste them, but I was never going to make it through the full one. And now that they're older and a little not as they're a little more dried out than they were before, and I have shades to replace all of them. I think, should I do a video on replacing the shades, like go through my collection and find a replacement for everything? Are you interested in that? I think that might be kind of fun. I did a video, a couple months ago, swatching a lot of my eyeshadows, and that was very well received with you and the audience. So if I could take this and find similar shades throughout my other palettes, would you be interested in seeing that? Let me know in the comments, and I would love to work on something like that. I'll probably do that whether or not I record it. So just let me know if you want to actually see it. Then I have the Pacifica mascara. I did not use this one at all in the last month. I used it 3 times total. This is a very wet and messy mascara, so I don't really reach for it. I do want to use it up, but I just have to really force myself to do it. So that's what this project is great for, though, to remind me to do it. Oh, and I just saw that there is a yes, please do the replacement video comment. Thank you. Thank you very much for being here, and I will gladly do that replacement video now. Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate that. All right, and the last product I have for the Out the Door in 2024 update is this Hourglass Veil Primer. This is an excellent primer. Obviously, this is just a deluxe sample, but I love that it's in a glass bottle. This is a fantastic primer. I actually didn't use this at all this month, but it also has an SPF 15 in it, but I don't think, I don't wear enough of it to actually see the benefit of having the SPF in it. It's not like you have to wear too much of it. It's too thin to get the actual SPF. So anyway, this is a great primer. I only have used it 6 times total in the whole project, but it does have quite a few uses left in it. So I will be using that. And I will come back next month and give you an update with my little spreadsheet. I'll track everything and let you know how I did. Hopefully we've got another product finished up for the next video, but I'm feeling pretty happy that we got 3 products finished up for this update, and we have 1 decluttered. So that leaves us down to 20 items to go for the rest of the year, and we're only in May. So that will do it for my first real live. Thank you very much for those of you here joining me. I really do appreciate it. If you did like this live, also let me know if you want me to do more lives. I am a little nervous doing them, but I get more comfortable the more I do them, so I'm happy to do it. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more lives. I'm going to work on that replacement video for the BH Cosmetics palette, the Summer in Saint-Tropez palette. And with that, I will be back next week with another video. Thank you for joining me. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you so much. So everyone have a great holiday weekend this weekend if you're watching in real time. And I will see you very soon. Until then, take care of yourself.